plan. So let's get quickly started. Let's revise what we learned yesterday. So quickly talking about yesterday's session. So we learned on how we can create a table. But while creating a table, the important thing is that we identify the structure of the table and know the data types that it will have in order to not clearly audible. It's for how many? All of you? Am I not audible clearly?
Yes, ma'am. Audible, clearly audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me switch off my video. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, audible.
But the thing is, I am not able to hear you all clearly. Your voice is breaking for me. Just let me check. Rutvik, can you talk? Because I saw you
Yes, yes, ma'am.
unmuted. You're able to hear me clearly, right, Rutvik?
Yes, yes.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible clearly.
Hello?
Ma'am, I guess it's a problem from your side. Try to reconnect.
Am I audible, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then let me start. So while we creating the table, it's not only the structure, but also the data type plays an important role. So yesterday we saw the data types where we could store the data like character. So in character, we had multiple data types like char, which is of the fixed length and it consumes that space. Then we had the varchar2, wherein it is a variable character. So it releases the space if it doesn't have to occupy the whole set of allocated length that we have given to that particular column. So we saw the example of the name over there. So that was varchar2. We also saw that we can give a long data type. Okay, and then which is usually used in order to store huge amount of data. And then we saw CLOB also. So CLOB is the character large object data type that can help us to store the data up to 4 gigabytes, and long helps us to store up to 2 gigabytes. Then there is also the flexibility given by Oracle, which helps you to store multilingual languages, which is nvarchar2. So that also helps you to store that particular data type. Then we went to number. In number, we saw the precision and the scale and how that played an important role. And we saw integers, which is a whole number, which can have positive and negative. And the third data type was date. So date values can be stored when we use the date data type. Okay. Now let's start with today's agenda. Now I want to ask you all a question, guys, that if you all when you follow the traffic rules, when there is the red signal, what do you do?
Stop.
We need to stop the car or bike.
Stop. Stop.
Hello?
Stop.
I can't hear you all.
You need to stop over there.
Stop here.
Hello.
Bhaskar,
Yes,
Ritvik,
ma'am.
Hello.
can you all hear me? I am not able to hear you
Yes,
all,
yes.
guys. Yeah, you have
Hello,
to
ma'am. We
stop.
are audible.
So this is what is the constraint that is being given to you. That is a rule that is being defined. So when it is no entry, you can't go into that particular lane. When it is one way, you can go at the one side, not the other side, that you can cross that particular road. So these are all the rules that you need to follow in order to have a disciplined traffic or disciplined mode of transport on the road. Similarly, when you store the data into a database, you need to have some discipline or a rule that needs to be followed. It can't be haphazard that you keep on storing anything. The name column cannot contain a surname or like any other details like address. So the name column should also should contain name only. Okay. And there should be the easy fetch of the data. So how these rules are being defined at a table level, that is what we are going to study today. Can any one of you respond to me because I'm unable to hear you all?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
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 Ma'am.
Let me try reconnecting because I got the message that you all are able to hear me. Hello, can you all hear me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But I don't know, there is some problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see and I'll try to cover up and see if you all can give the questions on the chat. I'll be able to answer, guys. So let's move forward. Okay. So for example, now when I have to give some different values all together for a particular details, then what do you call it? Like a distinct value, what do you call it? It's a very dash experience. What do you say for that?
Distinct
Hello?
only. Distinct.
Or you can write it in the chat. I'll access the chat. Okay, so let me speak out. So basically today we are going to talk about constraints. So whenever we define any, so the distinct, right, Bhaskar? So you have given the word distinct, but when that distinct thing is there, you say, I had a very unique experience, means it is a different or distinct experience. So we will learn about the constraint called as unique constraint. Then what happens when we specify the constraint to be unique. Then, for example, let's take a, let me check whether I have this particular detail. Now I'm taking the details of the bank. So you know that the bank that is there, it always has some different branches or in a different cities. So let's take that example, because by that we will be able to understand what type of constraints can be given to that particular columns in that branch. So let me first check whether this particular table is already there, and let me drop it. If it is there, no, this table is drop table, table name. Okay, so it's not there. So let's create this table. So for example, we have this branch master call table, or we will just check on the branch master table. Oh, sorry. Let me
Your
share my screen,
screen
guys.
is
Sorry,
not visible.
I'm doing that. Is my screen visible?
Yes, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we are going to study these particular constraints, and because of that, I've chosen this table to get created. So we are creating the table called as branch master. This is having a branch number, branch name, and the city where the branch is in. So now it is logical that when I give a branch number, irrespective of where this particular branch is, it should be a primary key. Well, now what is a primary key? It is very a unique number that is been given to a particular detail. So when there is an employee, I want you all to respond in chat, guys, because I'm unable to hear you. I'll check what's the problem at my end. But meanwhile, till the time we are continuing with the class. So when there is an employee who joins any organization, will the employee number be the same for 2 or more employees? No. Right? So I got the answers from Subodh, Nikhil, that no 2 or more employees can have the same employee number. So similarly, no 2 or more branches can have the same branch number. And hence that column, we have to mention it as primary key. Now, primary key means it is the unique identification of that branch of the bank. Then we go to the branch name. Can you have a branch which is having no value? So you may say, you may take any, say SBI. So if SBI is there, then wherever it is, in any locality,